Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 15, Volume 9. I know, it's been 7 weeks, I do apologise, and thank you for continuing to support my channel. It's been a bit of a rough time on my back. I hurt my back, pulled my back, and it's at a nerve cluster at the very bottom of my back, so it means it's incredibly painful to sit down. So, let's see how this episode goes anyway, in the meantime. So, I've chosen something that I will like playing, because, do you know what? It's my channel, I get to choose, so, and I think you'll like it too. So this is, I'm actually pull this one down as well. So it's a mighty, let me see what we got. It's a mighty John Menzies tape, because they still exist, John Menzies, you know, design manufacturers in the UK. So they still exist, and this has got on it, it's a Wagon Attack, now by Atlantis. Now, hang on, I'm going to grab that, I've got it here. Just 1 second, back to the usual, grabbing it. I'm on male sedatives at the moment to try and calm myself, so that's why we're doing it. So this is Wagon Attack. I actually quite like this. It's actually a strategy game. I posted it on my Twitter and on my YouTube community channel just to show it off. And it basically has some things like ion cannons and other things. So we'll keep this handy actually, so we can actually have a look at this while we're doing that. 64 sectors. I think it's very much a Star Trek sort of style thing, but it's also a very, very, very interesting strategy game, well worth picking up if you can find a copy. It's not very expensive, but it's well worth picking up a copy, and especially with its dodgy title. Is maybe somebody said on Twitter it's Vegan Attack, thinking about force-fed vegetables or something like that, broccoli, loads of broccoli. Anyway, so there's that one, so I'll leave that there just on the side, just side view for a second. And then we've got Jarrell's Harrier Attack. Jarrell's Harrier Attack. I always liked Jarrell's Harrier Attack. I remember it most, actually, from the Amstrad CPC, because it was given away free with that. So if you had an Amstrad CPC 464, it was given away with the bundle of, was it 12 games they got? Or 10? Can't remember. I think it's 10, but anyway, so it was given away with that. Then we've got this one, which is Subdabby, which is actually baddies spelled backwards, so attack. And this is a 16 game K game by Hewson, and it's absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I might even have a copy of that handy. Hang on, we'll go get it. I'm running over the room. You stay there. Hang on, I'll be back in a minute. There we go. I love this one. Because here we are. We've got it there. Absolutely stunning looking game. It's quite handy that I had it there. But you can see that's baddies spelled backwards. So 3D whatever attack. 16 and 48K. It's one of the best 16K games around, in my opinion. Look at that little neon tape there inside. Neon. In 1983. This is one of the best sort of games. It's a battle game, and I actually think these remind me of War of the Worlds. These kind of ships. They look sort of War of the Worlds-ish to me. Basically, you have to shoot them down in alleyways and streets and things like that, and it's really, really impressive. So I wanted to, that's a good one to show as well. So we got that one as well. And then we've got, on the other side, an old faithful Jet Set Willy. Now, we probably will have to find that one, and actually, to be fair, it's handy. I'll go grab it. Hang on, you stay there. I'm just go grab it. I'm having a good session of going over here and grabbing stuff today. There we go. Let's find a copy of Jet Set Willy. Can always have. I always need to have two at least. So I've got two. Hang on. There we go. Oh, in the classic. Here we go. In the classic blue, there we go, handy, just handy that one. It's really good actually, look handy. Classic blue cover look, with the old code sheet still in there. Look, there we go. There's the code sheet. Don't look at that. Don't take a picture. Oh my God, the code sheet's there. It's too late. That's it. Everybody knows how to pirate Jet Set Willy. People used to write those colours out. So it's like 1s, 2s, 3s, whatever else. It's what a nightmare. God. But anyway, Jet Set Willy. This is the further adventures of Minor Willy. Basically, you can see there's his is it NCB or whatever it is, which is the National Coal Miners Union or whatever else it is, or NCU or something. National Coal Miners. Basically, he got rich after the first after Manic Miner, and then he uses it all to have a huge party. He's drunk as a skunk, can't go to bed because his housekeeper, for some reason, his housekeeper tells him he can't go to bed until it's Maria, so he can't go to bed until he's cleared up the whole thing. So he has to go clear up all the bottles and whatever else is around the house, and it's like 128, I believe, is the number. 120 items he's got to find. He's got to find all those items, and then he's allowed to go to sleep. Once he's gone to sleep, that's the thing. And there's actually people who speedrun it, of all things. So, right, okay, where are we at? So then we got, I haven't got this one handy, Hard Cheese. I've definitely got it, but I haven't got it handy. And then we've got the Masters Metatronic game Nasher. No relation to the Dennis the Menace thing. So, without further ado, though, I mean, it's been a while, but without further ado, we'll get this in a tape drive and we'll see how we go. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down our favourite. Here we go, basic, and load dit. You've not heard that for weeks and weeks and weeks. You've probably been missing it. Anyway, so load dit. Here we go. So this should be that attack one that we just had. Well, now where have I put the tapes? Oh, there they are. So this is an Atlantis game that was. Would this be a budget title? I'm not entirely sure whether it would have been a budget title. Might have been a budget title. This is really strange for me, by the way. So I've taken, I have the elephant in the room in the sense of my back. So I damaged my back. This is the start of the 7th week with problems with my back. I injured my back. And it's right down in the nerve cluster at the bottom of my back, down towards my coccyx and the very, very lower back. So I've damaged the nerve cluster there, which basically means I can't sit down without a great deal of pain. So even now, I struggle to sit down. So I'm doing this entire recording, and I might take a picture of the setup, actually. I'm doing this entire recording standing up. So I'll take a picture of it and show you guys what it looks like. I'll put it on the YouTube community and I'll put it on Twitter as well. But yeah, I'm doing the whole thing standing up because it's the only way to do it. I've also taken a mild sort of pain relief, if that makes sense, for the moment, because I can take a heavier one, but unfortunately what happens with that is I don't know if I'm doing any more damage, so I've got to be careful with what I'm doing movement wise. I've been to see a chiropractor at this point, and she was very gentle, and she actually suggested physiotherapy as well. So I've got to go with a whole lot, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm trying very hard. I'm feeling better than I was, but I've really been told to relax. I need to take some time off, and I need to take some sort of holiday and whatever else is. So it's one of those things. I've got to take a bit of time out, but I have been managing sort of with these things. But anyway, elephant in the room. There we go. We've dealt with it. Elephant go. Elephant can leave. Let's go back to Spectrum stuff because it's been a while, and I do appreciate everybody hanging around. Thank you very much to everybody who's commented on Twitter and also commented on the YouTube community. Thank you very much for everybody who's sticking around. I will post this. It's been, as I say, it's been 7 weeks. This is 7 weeks since you last saw one, and there was only 2 episodes of basically of season 15 as well left. There was this one, and then the choice between that power up and power play or whatever it was, two game things there. I will tot up those votes again. If you want to go back to the very first video and have a little look at the first 3 or 4 minutes, you'll see the options there if you want to go and do that. So the very first episode, volume 1 of season 15, you can do that from there. So yeah, I posted this one the other day. I quite like this one, the vegan attack or Wagon Attack. I quite like this one. It's one of those games that I don't know whether it would have been a budget title at the time, but basically the wagon of bases armed with lasers and pulse blasters, and basically we've got to do what we've got. Andromeda. I don't know who's who, basically. Let's try and read this. I'm gonna have to find the old magnifying glass. I'm a bit old, so you can tell I'm old because my back's destroyed. That's why I'm old. Anyway, Andromeda is both ion and Tectron. 7 different sectors. Yes, the Andromeda. I'm guessing I'm the Andromeda. And the Wagon Fleet. Yes, I am. So I'm the Andromeda. I like the TV series, but I don't think way before the TV series. Do you remember the TV series? I quite liked Andromeda, the TV series. I don't know, maybe I was the only one. It was a bit sort of Saturday afternoon TV, but it was all right. It wasn't too bad at all. I quite liked it. It was quite an interesting sort of program to watch. So the idea is, I think that's the Andromeda. We're clearing out these horrible wagon and their star bases and whatever else is. So that's what we're doing. There's some buttons and some instructions. You're the captain of Andromeda. Yes, that's good. In your fight against the wagon attackers. So we've got move in the drive, antimatter torpedoes, status. There's a whole bunch of buttons here. Galactic chart, long range scanner, damage chart, abandon, and all kinds of stuff. So this is quite a big game. This is actually a little tactical sort of thing. There was a comment on one of my older videos from the Vega days, which I still haven't finished the Vega. I was trying to play every game on the Vega. Is it still as toxic? Is the first question I've got for you. Is it still as bad? Do people still think of it as toxic? I think the people around it, surrounding it, I think are still toxic. I think the device itself, being technically one of the last endorsed items by Clive Sinclair himself, kind of makes it, I think, worth more than they're going for at the moment. They're going for a lot less money, if that makes sense, than they originally came out for. They came out for £100. I got mine because I was one of the backers. My name is in the backers information for the very first Vega. But is it still as toxic as it was? So I don't know. Right, okay. Starfleet Command to the USS Andromeda. So still very Star Trek. A fleet of 23 Vagan ships and 3 Vagan bases have invaded Sirius. You have to destroy 17 Starjammers before destroying these Vagans on Sirius to be destroyed. 7 bases, you have been sent to that. Good luck. Alright, okay, fine, whatever. Alright, here we are. So if you notice, it looks very much like the Star Trek Enterprise. I mean, that's the first one to note on it. Now, I know the commands because I've got the instructions in front of me. So I will look at the instructions. Let's see what we need to do here. So I think we do IO for ion drive. IO. Aha, of course. 1 to 360 degrees. Let's go 45 degrees, and that should take me down an angle. Power level 2. I've gone wrong way. Didn't mean to go that way. Okay, ion drive. Let's go. So I'm trying to do my maths. I'm trying to do my things. So 0's up there. 180's at the bottom. 180. 180. Oh, not that far. Not that number. Can't delete. Yeah. Okay. 180. And let's go 7. Reverse thrusters. Emergency reverse thrusters applied at 7 and 8. Right, okay. Let's do GA, which is galaxy map. Oh, there's the galaxy. Right. Aha! So that's where I am at the moment, and I think the X is 1 Vagan. So I think we need to imply the Tetron drive, TE. How fast does a Tetron drive go then? 180, 270 is straight next to me. Power 2. Too much power. Right, okay, so not Tetron drive then. ST, status report. Where's the closest Vagon thing? Closest starbase is quadrant 474. Right, okay. Short range scanner. Don't need a short range scanner. Let's do long range scanner. Let's do long range scanner, which is LO. It's a good job I've got the controls. Aha! So there's planets. They notice they look like TIE fighters, by the way, the Vagan ships. They look like TIE fighters. Okay, long range scanner. I'm not sure what it's entirely showing me there. Let's do the short range scanner. SH. Scan. Oh, that's exactly where we are. Right. Let's just can I just go, let's just do ion drive. Let's do 90 degrees, which takes me off the edge of the screen, and let's do 4. So it takes me into the next sector in theory. Yes. Alright, okay. We've done the short range, we're already there. Status lost. Right. So you move around like this. So ion 270 7. I'm only going forward because we cannot find reverse. Star trekking across the universe. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, Jim. Shouldn't allow me to think about things like that, but I like the way we're flying backwards. I'm definitely flying backwards. Oh, What's that? That's a base. I think we've spotted something. Let's ion drive this to death. Let's do 0 degrees. Let's do 4, I think. No. Why has that gone so far? Ion drive. I shouldn't be allowed. I'm not allowed. Shouldn't be allowed to pilot a starship, should I? If you hear noises in the background, it's my son with his. He's got my wife has very kindly got him a small God, one. Let's do 170. She got him a small little Hoover because he's quite into Hoovers. It's one of his little things as being sort of autistic, if that makes sense. Why have I status docked? Yeah, he's quite into Hoovers basically, so he quite likes watching them on YouTube. You can watch them for hours on YouTube. Right, I'm gonna move on because I'm standing here for quite a while already. But promise you, if you've got the time and the effort for it, it's probably worth your time because I think it's quite a clever little. You've got to know the controls though. Definitely got to know the controls. It's one of those ones I mean, to be fair, nowadays you'll find them online very easily, but you definitely need to know the controls for it. I think it's definitely worth playing, though. I think it's one of those games that's worth a go. Right, okay, let's reset the Spectrum. I've got the Spectrum set, as I said before. I've got it set up on a box. I've got a shoe box underneath it to position it so I can do this video. It's ridiculous, really, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's how we are at the moment. That's what we're doing at the moment. In fact, we're gonna while Harrier loads, we'll take my mobile out. I'm gonna take a photo quickly. So as it's loading, we're gonna take a photo. Here we go. Right, you stay there. I'm taking a photo. Just smile. Say cheese. There we go. Cheese. Did you say cheese? I hope you said cheese. That's what you're gonna say when somebody takes your photo. What do they say nowadays? Do they say Instagram now when they do it, or something like that, or influencer? God, I hate that. Do you know the thing about that is that if you're on YouTube, one of the things they talk about is being an influencer, and yeah, I get that. You know, if you listen to somebody enough, you know, it's your favourite sort of footballer, and they're a particular team or whatever else is, you end up buying their T-shirts or whatever else is, or you know, their strips and things like that, or whatever else is. I get it. Yes, people can influence, but they just put the word influencer everywhere, and I get it. But at the same time, I'd hate to think that I particularly influence anybody because I'm an idiot, unfortunately. Maybe I'll show you some Spectrum games that you quite fancy yourselves, actually, to be honest. I think that would be the ultimate sort of relationship for me if we could actually do that sort of, you know. If there were some Spectrum games you went, oh, good. Yeah, I would actually like it if some people, you know, the thing about the Spectrum games and all this kind of stuff, I think that because I'm doing this as a channel and I've got children of my own, my daughter, obviously, she's, you know, I'm a dad, and she likes me, but let's be honest, I'm an old fogey playing on computer games that she doesn't really know, you know, but at the same time, I think she quite likes it, you know, that's there, and she certainly knows more than her friends when it comes to sort of gaming and things like that. So here we go, it's a little thing that's flying up and down, and there's missiles. And I always quite like this. I always just like the styling of it, if that makes sense. I think it looks quite nice, styling wise. So basically we're on an attack across the thing. It's just a high score game at the end of the day. Let's have a sugar. Meant to fly upwards there instead of go faster. Actually sped up into the bullet. One go. I forgot that. Harrier attack. The Harrier attack. What's it called? Is it VTOL, vertical takeoff system, basically, or something similar. I used to know. I can't pronounce it right now. My brain's not working. So, I was trying to bomb you horrible man. I tried to shoot you as well. Didn't get you. High score is 100. These are pretty harsh, by the way, from back in the day. Oh, come on. That definitely hit. Yay. There we go. Oh, that definitely hit. Don't you think that hit? Oh, it did hit. I got one. Ooh. I've gone away from the Spectrum for a few days or for a few weeks, and I've come back, and I'm legendarily good all of a sudden. I wouldn't call it legendary though. Actually flying across the surface here and whatever else. I think you have to just get to the other side and land after you've done your run across the sky with your rockets and your. Oh wow! See if I can bomb this. Whoa! Oh my God! What happened? Who is this person, and what have you done with... Maybe it's the standing up. Maybe it's the standing up position that's doing it. I'm out of rockets. I've got plenty of bombs left. Let's use some bombs. Watch out for the flak. Wow. Wow. I tell you what, a game that I quite like. It was recommended to me by he used to play it himself in the arcade, and certain elements of this have a bit of a feel of that. Is Sky Kid from Namco? It's well worth finding a copy of that. I think it comes on like the Namco Museum for the Switch and a few other places. Oh look, we're at the city. I'm causing absolute havoc here. Oh my God, I'm bombing buildings and everything. It's all going... Oh, bombed him! Let's bomb some buildings. Oh, I'm a nasty pilot now. I've never even got to the buildings before. What is going on? It's clearly not the same person that's playing the game. I think it's standing up. I think it's focusing my concentration, possibly. I don't know. Let's see if we can do that. I'm out of fuel as well. I don't know how you make any more. What a run! 9,870. I'm a legend. I'm a new legend. I'm a living legend. Oh, I can't spell though. Wow, I'm so pleased with myself. Wow, 29 hits. I've never played so well in my entire life. That was so worth it. Oh my God, what's going on? It's not me. It's somebody else. Wow, I'm amazed. I'll blame it on the drugs. By the way, kids, drugs are not good. Drugs are only good to clear up sort of spinal pain, it seems. But anyway, let's press load at it, and we'll see. We'll go with this. This should be, as I say, that. Dabby, daddy. It's your daddy. Who's your daddy? Leave me alone. Hang on. Don't do that. Press Wi-Fi. No. Please wait. There. That's quite nice that it does that. So you'd have to load it at 16K and it would do whether or not it's the right version or not. Right, so we've got... so, yeah, we saw that at the beginning, but this is actually quite a good game. This is really... I mean, actually, to be fair, I recommend everybody have a copy of this one if they can get it. It's really worth playing. Wow, there's a list of products on the back of it. Other things that you can get from Houston. You've got Night Flight 2, Heathrow Air Control, Quest Adventure, Countries of the World, Backgammon, Spec Invaders, a Maze Chase, Spectral Panic, 3D Space Wars, and a Dilithium Lift. Wow. And they do books as well. 20 of the best Spectrum programs by Andrew Houston. And, there we are. And, what else have we got on here? The best 40 of the best machine code routines by Andrew Houston and John Hardman. Very good. Controls are 5 to 8. And I'm assuming arrow keys up and down. Yeah. 0 to fire. So it's the usual fare using the cursor keys. Whoever thought that putting cursor keys on the Spectrum on those top numbers was a damn good idea was an idiot, because it really isn't good. Alright, okay, here's our drone. So you can turn down the alleyways. You see ahead of me, there's like a little map at the bottom. This is why I like it. It's a pseudo 3D view
with these fantastic graphics. I mean, seriously, there's some good graphics, and the damage methodology is fantastic. Look at the way it's damaged. The front of the vehicle becomes slowly impacted by the whole thing. Now, if I come this way far enough, the next junction, I should turn down. So if I go this way, I should turn down this next junction. I'm just holding the button to go down the junction now, so it should turn and come down it. I don't know how I'm... There we go, turning down the junction. Look how it works, though. Look how this works. Look at that three-dimensional way. The simplicity of the lights of the city are how that works. How flipping brilliant is that? I mean, seriously, I don't think I ever saw a 16K game that functionally has looked as good as this one. It was one of the best ones out there from my perspective. When I played this, and it was a while ago, and I forgot about it, but when I played this back in the day, I was impressed then. I wish I'd got a copy for the originally. I have now, obviously. You saw it at the beginning of the video, but it just fantastic. It really is. I'm the flashing dot, by the way, on the map at the bottom. I'm the flashing dot. So I should be able to turn. I'm turning the wrong way now. I'm chasing down this road here. So I've got to clear all these bad guys out, these baddies. There's one down the bottom here. Or there was. Is he still there? Where are you? There he is. Love the damage method. Once they get through the armour, though, that's it. You've had it. You've absolutely had it. A really good looking game for 16K. Have you got any other 16K games that are kind of close to this? I know I've seen a few in my time are pretty good. This is in my opinion, this is one of the best. One of the best. You get 3 drones, 3 attempts to do it. I like the way the drones as well. I mean, these are the days. These are the days we got drones doing the job. So no humans involved, just drones dealing with the alien scum that's there. Clearly, here we go. I'm gonna go down this one because there's loads of them. The next one. There we go. Turning down. One right in front of me. Too many right in front of me. Come on, straight on. Wow. Amazing. Whew, got a proper sweat on. Now, that standing up is quite a chore, you know. It is. It's good, better for you though, apparently. But I haven't got a standing desk, so as I say, I've got it on a shoebox. The Spectrum. It's sat on a shoebox, waiting for me to sort of deal with it. So I can't get you because you're just out of my range. Lost another drone there, unfortunately. Taking too much damage. I've got coffee though. I have coffee. I see, you know, it was me. I've been told though I've got to drink more water. I got into trouble for that. And chiropractor's like, how much water do you drink? I said, I do coffee. I said, it's my vice. It's my vice. I love that caffeine. She says, is it decaffeinated? I'm like, no. So I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy. Not having my having my lack of it. This is such a good game. It really is. Well, the challenge is here, but at the same time, the approach is really good. I think I'm running short on missiles actually. Oh no, that was damage. All the damage in the world I've got. All the damage in the world. Thankfully, this tape is at the end on that side. So let's flip this thing over and let's go with Jet Set Willy. It's funny. Back in the day, I was an Amiga user. I moved from the ZX Spectrum bizarrely, you'd think I'd go to a computer. I didn't. I went from the ZX Spectrum to I suppose my parents had a PC, so obviously I had PC, but obviously my dad used it for work, so I used to use it for games and other things. But there was all them CGA and EJ games back then. They weren't exactly the most powerful, but they were better than the Spectrum, if that makes sense. We basically I went from the Arctic Barrow. I haven't seen one of them in ages. But I went from the Spectrum to Mega Drive, then to a Super Nintendo, and then swapped the Super Nintendo with my friend for his Commodore Amiga, which had an extra half mega RAM. So I had 512K of normal RAM and what did I have? The other thing, and I had 512K of chip memory. So do you remember there was like a difference between the two? Right, I'm gonna get my copy out. Let's just hope it blooming loads. We'll see whether it does or not. My daughter in the background making so much noise. It's like she can't talk quietly. I can hear her yakking away. But anyway, 512K of that, 512K of that. And we swapped it, and he was one of those people who had lots of special discs and things like that. So I never wanted for games or anything like that. And we all seem to have an untapped resource for that. But so I went to the Commodore, and I can't remember what the point of this conversation was, but anyway, I went to a Commodore after that, so I didn't go for a PC, for a computer. Well, I went for a computer finally. And then in the early 90s, I went from the Commodore to a PC I bought myself. And that was an amazing machine. I had a 486 DX4 100 megahertz, absolutely awesome machine, way better than the Pentium 75 that was out at the time. It ran Doom like you would not believe. Doom and Doom 2, it ran so smoothly. It was just amazing. And you know what? When I saw Doom, I knew the world had changed. When I saw Doom and I saw that first-person shooter, I thought Wolfenstein was the one that had changed the world for that first-person shooters. But no, it was definitely Doom. Doom was the world changer, and that set the standard for something that was completely different, something new that we'd not seen before. It was absolutely unbelievable. And to this day, I still think it's a legendary showcase, but you had to be there, if that makes sense. It's not like putting up Warzone or something like that nowadays that people have, and I only say that because I think people call it Warzone, don't they? Call of Duty, or what's it called? The other one that make Battlefield. It's not like putting one of them up. It's literally these things were groundbreaking. When you saw that, and you didn't have to have a fancy video card to run them either, you just had to have MCGA graphics, and you could get this thing to run, and it was like nothing else you'd ever seen. You just had to have a fast enough processor to do something that hadn't been done before. And if you imagine that back in the day, we were rocked to our core with that. We were just rocked. And some of the same with some of the Spectrum games. Some of the games we played back then, they kind of they were like, wow, look at the graphics on that. Sometimes they're rubbish when they came to play them, but we were like, wow, with the graphics. I've seen obviously some of the modern day demos that you get, and some of the stuff that over the last sort of 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years, in fact. But you can't. But that one was a big one, and the Amiga tried to emulate that. There was a thing called Gloom. And it just wasn't quite as good along the way. But I did, I skipped the QL generation. I went straight to the Amiga generation for after that. I don't really class it as a Commodore. I'll tell you why I don't class it as a Commodore, just not to offend the Spectrum users out there, or Sinclair lovers. I don't really class it as a Commodore because the Amiga was being developed by somebody else first, and Commodore basically bought the rights to it and then pasted their name on it, and that wasn't a very good thing. That didn't load at all. That's not what we want to see. We don't want that. Bad Jet Set Willie. Bad Willie. He shouts, as if it's not perfectly reasonable to shout Bad Willie. I suppose that's what they shout at certain princes. There was something about clotheslines and some kind of peg-related thing that was being trended a while ago on Twitter. If you missed it, it was quite amusing. But anyway, so back to Jet Set Willie and the Spectrum stuff. Stop talking about twaddle. I am feeling, as you can tell, I'm feeling sort of okay. I am. As I say, I'm currently medicated. I'm only sore because I'm sore because I'm standing. Yeah, I'm sore because I'm standing, and I'm sore because my leg's sore. So, but it's interesting. It was really weird though. You know, if you've ever been to a chiropractor before, I haven't. It was the first time I've ever been. And I was asked if I'd like a treatment to finish after they'd gone through talking about back and health and all the other things. So they would like a treatment, and I was like, oh, absolutely. You know, I was a lot of pain. I must, please. I had stayed off medication at that point as well, so that they could show the full extent of my injury, if that makes sense. And I said, could you know, yes, I'd love a treatment. And she basically she lifted my legs and gently applied pressure. Not one of the chiropractors that goes click. More I don't know, a loosening thing rather than clicking, if that makes sense. And she lifted my legs and sort of applied pressure in certain places. And she said, you'll feel your leg fizzing. And I said, what do you mean fizzing? She sort of said, you know when your hands get very cold and you feel them tingle when you put them in the water and something like that, when you come in, it's been wintry, and you do that and your fingers tingle, you'll feel it tingling. I could. My entire leg was sort of tingling during the process. So it was really quite weird, really. But when I stood up, I was a lot more comfortable than I was previously. Anyway, let's hope we get a bit of willy shortly. We all need some willy. Turn the volume down. We're talking about willy. So we'll get some willy on. Oh, coffee's good. I miss coffee. Not that I haven't been drinking coffee. I've been drinking coffee still. I've got the mic stood up right high. I've got me stood up right high. This is ridiculous. It's just it's so silly. It's so silly. Yeah. Only way to do it. The thing is, I fell way behind with other stuff as well, recording wise. I just haven't had the strength, energy, or couldn't manage between either being sort of in pain or comatized by drugs. So tell me something good in the comments. What's happened to you that's been good recently? I mean, obviously ignore the news entirely and just don't turn the lights on. In fact, crank up your computer with a hand crank and do this. We'll all have to go pedaling. Do you remember those days when they used to say you could power your telly right by bicycling? Do you remember those? That was hilarious when they used to do that back in the day. It's like yes, you have to pike at about 40 miles per hour but the television works perfectly. Great, thanks for that. That's really good news. Where is the card gone for this? I had it a second ago. It's fell on the floor. Oh, God. That was the lowest place in the world. Right, okay. J0. Is that J0? J0. Right, okay. Where's my magnifying glass? Because I can't see that. There it is. Hang on. J0. J0. That is... 1 blue, magenta, which is 3. God help you if you're colourblind. Red, 2, and we got a green one, 4. What an ingenious idea, though, for doing it. It appeared in a couple of games, and by the time I got to Jet Set Willy 2, was it like 3 pages long? It's unbelievable. Imagine looking at 3 pages, but imagine trying to copy out 3 pages worth of it. Oh, God. Proper hit and miss. I wonder, though, whether he cheated. Whether or not there was only one set of those codes that were actually valid. Or were the whole set valid? If you think about it for a second, were the whole set valid? Did you ever enter anything else? Right, okay. Matthew Smith, the gentleman who went and... He was the epitome of a developer rock star. He basically drank himself into a stupor and had a great time at the age of 16. You know, millionaire, I believe, wasn't he, with these games? If I was a rich man. Now, I was talking about people speedrunning it because you can speedrun it because if you go to the bottom of the stairs and there's a button, there's options. You type right typer into below the first landing, and I'll show you where it is. I'm not going to do it. It allows you, though, to push buttons and go to certain parts of certain levels, and people use that to speedrun. Now, let's go see Maria, see if she's still angry. Are you still angry? Oh, God, she's still angry. Look at that. She's so cross. Look, get out. Get out. No bed for you until you've cleaned up, you horrible, nasty man. All right. Where do you think Upset Willie was from, though? He's a Yorkshireman, maybe, do you think? Huh? I'm thinking Sean Bean and Sharp right now. Well, that's what I was thinking, because it's Sean Bean. But anyway, put your head under the stairs there, and you just type in the commands, right, typer, and then you press 09, and it allows you to beam places. Now, people used that back in the day, or still do, to speedrun this game, and it is actually possible to collect all the items, speedrun it from one place to the other. I love the way that you become a flying pig in your own nightmare, and there's Maria everywhere, waving at you, going, "No, get out of here." Every room was a struggle and a challenge, wasn't it? Oh, the banyan tree. I'm not going there. Here, the banyan tree. We'll go this way. This was a rich man. Got a tap in her foot and anger, bouncing up and down at high speed in the nightmare room. Who the hell would buy a mansion like this, though? It's full of traps. It's like the 13th Ghost or something like that, isn't it? It's just full of traps. You're gonna get Satan sort of called up at some point. Let's go this way. Let's go out there. I always like this one because you can time this one right. You can clear a lot off it. All the wine glasses. Yeah, and it also goes one way, so when you stand on it, look, it walks you automatically, look. Right, so we've done that one. Let's, there's the wall we could go up. Oh, God. Get plenty of lives. But you always think in a Spectrum game, though, that's a judgment of how hard the game is, actually, to be honest. Let's go up here, let's go up in the wall. Let's go up the wall. We'll go over that. There is a knack to these things, just turning pixel perfectly. Oh, come on. How do I get up there, then? That's rubbish. Forgot how to get up there. Let's get past this barrel then. Let's go past the barrel. I probably can't get past this barrel because I'm stupid. There we go. Managed it. See if there's anything at the end of here. No! Oh, God. Oh, that doesn't go that way. Right, okay. Oh, I thought there'd be more than 2 arrows for that. Okay, so we've got that one at the front door. If I drop off here and die, though, it could be a bad thing. Let's do it. Nope, definitely dead. Security gate, that's it, dead forever. Or security guards. Yeah, falling forever. I always like the way you lose, though, when you get stood on. There you go, put in a barrel. Put in a barrel, put somewhere else. Yeah, but I always think, I'm thinking Sean Bean here. And this maybe is anybody actually don't know the whether or not he's a Yorkshireman or not? I just feel like he could be. I don't know. He's probably banned in Yorkshire though for not inviting everybody in Yorkshire to his party. I bet you. He's probably got to whip it. Sorry, people from Yorkshire. I can't talk. I live in Blum and Cumbria. The thing we're most known for is something to do with sheep. Leave us alone. That's what wellies were invented for. My wife went to an agricultural college when she was younger, and this is when we were going out, and she was doing a college course while we were sort of, and I was finishing off my university stuff. You know, in fact, I'd already finished it off, and I was looking for work, and she was doing the college course. And she told me one night that hard cheese, with a low code, right. And she told me one night that the agricultural boys were out with the after a few drinks or whatever else, and she remembers hearing them shout, "Oh look, there's a big un," and I you know, somebody had a good time that night. She's explaining now how that they put the legs in the wellies. We'll go no further. We'll go no further. It's just not right. It's probably the same college that a certain prime minister went to, didn't he? Do something with a pig. Do you remember him? It was one of the many prime ministers we've had along the way at the moment who have got disturbing pasts. I think we're about to get some more disturbing things as well, aren't we? Yeah, they're absent without leave at the moment. Oh yeah, okay, they have to have their holiday. Don't worry about the rest of the country. Those are the things. Right, I'm drinking coffee now. I'm drinking coffee. You stay there. I'm drinking coffee. This is bad cheese. This is hard cheese. This is bad cheese as well. Maybe it's bad cheese. Bad cheese and hard cheese. I know it's filling up the corner of the screen. Oh, that's not going to load. That's not going to load. If that loads, I'll be utterly amazed. I'll be utterly amazed if this loads. Totally amazed. But I have been proven wrong in the past. That was probably just the loading screen, so we'll do that. I think this is about cats and mice. I think this is like motorized mice and things. I don't think this is one that's ever appeared on What's on the Tape before. So we got a newbie. We've got a new one. Welcome to What's on the Tape. Say hello to the people on the YouTube. What bad cheese, hard cheese, whatever it's called. Not played this one before. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll enjoy it. Look at this. I've made it to 40 minutes of standing up. Standing up for 40 minutes, by the way, is absolutely exhausting. Oh my god, it's loaded. I can't believe it. Q, A, O, P, and M. I'll go with that. Right, okay. How do we play it? By Paul Johnston and Eugene Farrell. Brilliant. One to start. Oh! I know what this is. This is Mr. Do. So I have to collect all of this stuff. Oh. Clear the level of all the bits and pieces, or I can kill them all, I believe is the answer to that as well. Score a farmer. Right, okay, let's go. So you got to clear the level and get to the next bit. Ah, I get that. Right, okay. Okay, yeah. So this is not what I've not played this one before, but I know what it is. Mr. Do is basically it's you either destroy everything every level, so kill all the bad guys, or alternatively you collect all of these things here, and it's very fast moving. And they can go where you drill, if that makes sense, or where you cut through. So and I think. Oh, do I have to kill them all? Ah, right. Yes, I have to drop this on their heads. Yeah. It's going to be hard to do that, actually, to be honest. So basically I have to use the things to drop it on their heads to finish the level. So I've got to drop this sort of appley thing. There, you see, I have to kill myself. I'm meant to drop it on their heads to kill them, but I'm not sure how I kill. Well, you're meant to just be able to clear it out. Mr. Do, you just clear the level. So it's basically Mr. Do. If you've ever played Mr. Do, I actually recommend Mr. Do. It's a pretty good arcade game that originally came from SNK, I think, created it. I might be wrong with that though. Oh no, it's that other one. It's Visco. It's Visco. My God, I could actually see it in my head there because there's a Mr. Do, Super Mr. Do on the Neo Geo NES system. So yeah, there's one on there. That's an interesting one, new one. Welcome to what's on the tape. There we go. Let's push the button. I feel like this is almost, it's not a triumphant return yet. It's a partial return. But as I say, please feel free to choose between the two final things, and I will try another standing up episode next week. Fingers crossed that I can actually do that. I really need to do that. I feel like I can probably do it as long as I dose a little bit with some medication. But by next week I'll have had at least 2 more sessions with things. I do sound a bit obsessed by my back. I'm sorry, because it actually has just dominated my entire life for the last 7 weeks. It's been. If you've ever damaged your back, you'll know exactly where I'm at. It's horrible. It's not a nice experience. I wouldn't wish that on anybody realistically. So. Oh, here we go. That sort of logo that came with them. They just kind of gave for every game to begin with. So just that Mastertronic logo that appears, I think, at the bottom of the original cassettes. It's that kind of blue grid pattern that was actually there. So yeah, it's that kind of came with everything. And then of course there was things like Finders Keepers with that lovely load screen and that beautiful cover. I mean, that's a classic. That's a classic set of things. When we talk about sort of runs of games that were really good, Finders Keepers and the Magic Knight series was absolutely fantastic. But I don't think it got the kudos that it should have done. Because Dizzy kind of came along, didn't he? And he tore through everybody with a passion. He's really good. But you've got to remember the things like those Finders Keepers ones and Nighttime and Stormbringer and things like that. Those games they offered something that we hadn't seen before, and that was very much they offered us a proper sort of, I guess, early point and click adventures, and they were good. They were very good. K for keyboard. So it's change keys. Yes, please. Up, left, right, down. Hold key. Hitch. No. Mastertronic presents Ganesha by Jonathan Nixon. It looks just like it's going to be Pac-Man. I don't think I've ever played this before on here. P to play. Yay! It's Pac-Man. But it's not Pac-Man, of course, because that would be like stealing somebody's copyrighted material. And we all know that would nobody would do such a horrible thing. It was the 80s and everybody did it. Everything was fair game back then. Because, and somebody pointed this out in the comments actually, and whoever it was, by the way, bit of a legend, it was probably because it was very hard to challenge people with international law back then. Because of course, Namco owned the game Pac-Man. Or was it Bally Midway? No, it was Namco, wasn't it? Bally Midway did Miss Pac-Man, or they did the modification to it that made it a better game in the end. But yeah, so they owned that. So because they owned that, and they were a Japanese company, suing an English company that may have created this was nearly impossible. Nearly impossible. Oh, they're proper homing in here. There we go, cleared the level. Next one. But yeah, nearly impossible. They or just wasn't financially viable to start suing people in different locations for things. Unlike now, where there's a lot more international legal law about copyright and other things. Back then, that was just not a thing. So yeah, they basically they would oh, got killed. One idiot ran straight into him. But yeah, so that's the oh, got a new score as well. Brilliant. But yeah, they wouldn't have done that. That's a good point. Very well made. Whoever made that, I can't remember who made it, but whoever made it, it was a very good point. That probably was down to international law. Anyway, that's the end. We're there. We've. I'm going to try. Is there anything to load on here? No, I can actually see the pink tape on it, so there's nothing more to load on there. So we can load and save your high scores. That's very cool. I quite like that. That's a nice little feature. It's not the best of Pac-Mans. It's all right though. But if you've got that as a budget title, you're probably quite happy with that. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. But I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for sticking with the channel. And if you do feel free to like and share, I would appreciate that. Simply because my not being here has obviously affected how many people are seeing me nowadays, which is really quite a bad thing, to be honest with you. Especially if you like being seen on YouTube. Anyway, I will see you soon, and hopefully we're back next week with that final part of the series. I'll try and then take, I don't know, I said 2 weeks break, but I will try and take a break, record some more videos in between, and we'll get back to, hopefully soon, get back to a routine. Especially if I have to stand up. If I have to stand up, I can live with that. That's the answer to it. I can stand up for 40 minutes or 50 minutes. I'll stand up. All right. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.